There is a rising concern with the lack of sustainability within the fashion realm. See what K-State fashion students have to say. Channel 8 reporter Annabella Peterson has more.
When selecting pieces for your closet this season, keep in mind that sustainability never goes out of style. The fashion industry does have an impact on the environment, so try trading out synthetic fibers for natural ones. Making conscious choices when shopping is not only fashion forward, but shabby chic.
Last spring, I studied abroad on a program called Semester at Sea, and we went to India. Once we got there, we noticed all of the trash kind of piled up on the streets and in the fields and everything, and a huge percentage of that waste was clothing. Seeing it firsthand was such a different experience and really opened my eyes to how big the impact of fast fashion and clothing recycling is in our community and world.
I do a lot of thrifting, and so when finding stuff, I try to find stuff that I can wear for a long time. It's a lot more sustainable than buying from a regular retail store.
The fast fashion industry is responsible for nearly 10% of global carbon dioxide emissions, making it one of the leading causes of pollution.
It's important to focus on things that you can have in your closet for a long time and form more of a capsule wardrobe instead of focusing on the trends and the fads.
When trying to stick to my true style, I try not to find a lot of inspiration online because that's where all the trends are, obviously. And so one of my favorite ways to stay away from that is just seeing people's outfits in real life, just kind of people watching.
I do try and buy a lot of garments that will work for multiple seasons so you can wear them all throughout the year. Super important to increase the use of your garment and wear it as much as you can before you have to recycle it or dispose of it in a sustainable way.
In Manhattan, I'm Annabella Peterson with Channel 8 News.
When thinking of ways to go more green, you can now consider sustainable fashion as an option. Just keep these eco-friendly tips and tricks in mind when purchasing your clothing. Now, Annabella Peterson will join us with an interview with an expert in the fashion sustainability, Dr. Kelsie Doty with the K-State Fashion Department. Annabella?
Thanks, Noah. Today we're here with Dr. Doty, an expert in the field of fashion and sustainability. Thank you so much for coming in today. I appreciate it.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, do you have any advice on how to build a fabulous yet sustainable wardrobe?
Oh, do I? Being a fashion professor, I do love clothes myself. And so something I like to do at least once a year, if not twice, is first thing you want to do is go through all the clothes that you have, okay? Go through all the clothes you own, and I want you to divide them up into different sections, like which ones do you wear a lot of? Put those in a pile. Which ones do you love but rarely wear? They're hard to wear. It's hard to style them. It's hard to really get comfortable in them. Put them in a separate pile. And then in your third pile, you're going to want to put all the clothes that you just know you never wear. You have them, yes, but for so many reasons, we just end up not wearing them, right? So third pile. And then you're going to go through and you're going to assess, what do you have in that first pile that you love, right? Do you maybe have a lot of activewear? Maybe 80% of what you actually wear every day is workout clothes. That's great. Now you know, okay? And you still probably need that 20% of dressing up, looking nice attire, right? And then you're going to look at your next pile, the ones that you don't wear very often, and you're going to want to ask yourself, why don't you wear them very often, first of all? Do you need them? Are they maybe just for business purposes, for, I don't know, interviews and things like that? Or can you let go of them? Is it time to donate them? And then that third pile is probably a definite donate, right? If you're never wearing those clothes, it's time to donate those.
Well, that is a great tip and advice.
Yeah.
How can shoppers overall just consider their carbon footprint when they're purchasing clothing? I know you said one person can't do it all, but...
One person can't do it all, but collectively we're making change, right? So a great way to cut down on your carbon footprint is to stop ordering so much online, honestly, right? I always like to try and find it locally first. And we have some really great locally owned businesses here in Manhattan that are perfect to go find what you need, right? So I like to go to Goodwill first and see if I can't find something kind of what I need in that range, because buying secondhand, first of all, is going to cut down on the carbon that is needed to produce an original garment, right? So if you can buy it secondhand, do that. Not always possible, and not everybody loves secondhand, that's fine. The next thing I like to do is go shop at the locally owned independent stores here in town, right?
Right.
They're always, the customer service is fantastic. They have really great brands here in town, and I just love supporting them. I do understand their they're more expensive. There are also, you know, like there's a Dillard's here in town. There is an H&M. I wouldn't suggest H&M, but it is, at least you're not having a bunch of stuff shipped to you, right? They're getting large shipments to the store, and it's much different than if, you know, 500 people had things individually shipped to them.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today. I appreciate your
Absolutely.
time, and thank you for sharing so many good, helpful tips.
Anytime.
Back to you, Noah.